I'm back. I've been wanting to film this I've been wanting to film this video for weeks. Am I looking in the right area? Should I be looking here or should I be looking here? Oh God, I'm about to have another situation. Do I look here? I don't know where to look. Maybe if I look in the middle, right there.
I'm still new to this.
If you have no idea what's going on here, my name is malsoaries and this is my YouTube channel. What was that? My name is malsoaries and this is my YouTube channel. I've wanted to tell this story for weeks now. This story revolves around an experience that I had at New York Fashion Week. I'm deciding to tell this story because a lot of designers who usually show their couture collections in Paris are now forced, because of COVID, to present their new collections in unique and creative ways. I saw a really cool fashion film that Dior produced with like a mystery wood nymph fantasy kind of motif going on. Balmain presented their new couture collection on a boat, so everybody was socially distanced and the videography was really cool, especially now since they're being forced to think way outside the box. It's been cool seeing all of the work coming out, and it made me reflect on my Fashion Week experiences when I was obsessed with Fashion Week, because I was obsessed with Fashion Week. Fashion Week used to be everything. To me, anyway. Fashion Week used to be everything. Like, if you weren't going to New York Fashion Week, I didn't consider you a serious person in fashion. If my friends tried to make plans with me, I'd be like, ah, it's New York Fashion Week. Like, I'm booked, I'm busy, they got me covering these shows.
Oh, the schedule, darling, the schedule.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm paying for my own train tickets. I'm trying to hustle and grind and do the thing, so I'm booked.
I'm booked.
Loved Fashion Week. Before I get started on this story time, I need to go over a few things. Number one, my nails are not done. My nails grow very long. I'm planning on getting a gel manicure very soon, meaning like probably next week.
So,
I have a nail file. I'm gonna sit here and chat and file my nails, and you guys are gonna listen. I'm not doing glam, I'm not getting dressed, I'm just sitting here chatting, discussing, reminiscing, reflecting, talking, all of that. This is my first video being back on YouTube since my last video, which was the first episode of the Dubois Dish, which is a special segment that I started for my YouTube channel where I'm going to discuss various topics. The first episode was on being Black and working in the fashion industry. It's called Black Lives Matter in the Fashion Industry. If you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out now. It was such an amazing project for me to work on, and I've loved the feedback that I've gotten so far. If you're here watching this video for the first time, then you're in for a good story. I'm gonna try not to point this nail file at you too many times. So, oh right, so number one, my nails are not done. So just bear with me. They're long and crazy and it is what it is, but it's fine. Number two, the story that I'm going to tell you happened in 2015. So this happened 5 years ago. That is the context of this situation at the fall shows at New York Fashion Week. Oh, the other thing is,
saying anything else?
the reason why it took so long for me to film this video is because I have been searching high and dry for the picture with this celebrity that goes with this story. I cannot find the picture. I have pictures from the actual show. I have random videos and pictures from that day, but I cannot find the picture with this person. So unfortunately, there's no receipt, there's no document, there's no backtracking, there's no backlinks, but I promise you, this is exactly how it happened. I do have eyewitnesses if you want to clock me or come for me.
Don't come for me unless I send for you.
So let's just take my word as bond and we'll move on from there. The year is 2015, the month is February. The show is Laurel DeWitt. If you're not familiar with Laurel DeWitt, she is an incredibly talented avant-garde metallic couture designer. She uses chain metal to create amazing and inspired looks. Back 5 years ago, I guess she would have been considered like up and coming. I mean, by now she's designed for Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, everybody. She's editorial, she's celebrity designer, she's a big deal. I attended the show with somebody named Allie V. Allie V is a media personality based in New York City. I was actually at that time blogging fashion content for her website. So let's just set the stage here. I was working on Allie V with other creative projects as well. I was writing for her site. I eventually became the co-host for her first podcast. I was just on the move. You really know that you want to do something and you want to be in a field or an area if you do it for free. Shout out to anybody who has freelanced, worked for free, interned. So my fashion blog at the time, which was called The Dubois Dish, hello, keep up, full circle moments, here we go. It also gave me the opportunity to basically pitch my writing that I was doing for my blog to become a contributing fashion writer for other platforms. I covered shows for The Examiner, I covered shows for Global Glam magazine, which was all online at that point as well. And I also covered shows and wrote fashion content for AllieV.com. Here we are. Allie and I attended the Laurel DeWitt Fall 2015 show. I was actually always invited to Laurel's shows. I was invited to Laurel's shows.
I require one bedroom for my wardrobe and one for myself.
I actually had a personal relationship with the stylist who dressed all of the models for Laurel's shows. That was really just through personal connections. It's February in New York City. Frigid cold. Allie's got this beautiful white lace number on. I'm giving you a black, I wore an all black, kind of cool, almost hipster kind of outfit. I was experimenting a lot with my style 5 years ago. I was obsessed with this wide brim hat that I used to wear like all the time. I thought it was so chic and so cool. I wore it with everything. I wore this leather overall jumpsuit from Zara. I put some kind of top underneath it, a black blazer over it, and these like black worker boots kind of thing. We look cute, everybody's ready. We see some people we recognize at the show. It's Fashion Week, it's cute. There's champagne for after the show, there's treats, there's goodie bags, the whole 9 yards. We get to our seats, you know, usual Fashion Week procedure. And across the way, we both kind of notice, I don't know who noticed her first, but we see this presence, this aura of a being across the way. So there's the runway, and we're sitting on one side facing the runway, and then on the other side, we just see this creature just moving and gliding, and she's fabulous. She's got this long whitish hair. She's got a huge hat like tilted to the side. She's giving you like Cruella de Vil meets Paris. It was everything. We're trying to figure out who is that woman, because she just had that presence. You know when you know there's a celebrity in the room, just how they carry themselves. Again, the hat is a moment, and we're pretty sure that we know who it is, but we're doing that like, is it really her or do we just think it's her? The show goes on. The show is incredible, as always. I think it was after the show. We're just like, you know, we're networking, we're mingling, we're doing our thing. Mwah, mwah, how are you? Haven't seen you since the fall. How are the kids? I can't. Champagne is in hand. We're mixing, we're mingling, we're having a good time. Our energy goes back to this woman. And we're like, everyone's taking pictures with her. That has to be her. I don't even think she was sitting front row at the show, but we were like, she's probably just trying to be incognito and cool, whatever. And it wasn't super out of the box for this celebrity to be at a Laurel DeWitt show at all. And the gag is, Laurel ends up designing for this singer in a recent music video of hers, so catch that tea. So we're like, it's her. We are at New York Fashion Week in the same venue as Lady Gaga.
Gaga, ooh la la.
It was Gaga. I analyzed it, I thought about it, I thought about the risks, I thought about the consequences. It was her. This is Lady Gaga. This is Bad Romance. Here we go. We need to get a picture. We have to go. This is the moment. We cannot leave this place without a picture with Lady Gaga. That is insane. We will not be able to live with ourselves. So we try to calmly and effectively and professionally and gracefully make our way over to that side of the venue. It wasn't like a huge commotion either. Like, everybody was just being cool, because like these are all real like industry people. So people are just like, you know, walking up, love your work, blah blah blah, click click, boom boom. So I think Allie got the picture first. I took the picture with her. Gaga was just stoic. It felt like she was very in character. She did not want to turn it off. She was very just like in the telephone video when she goes in the restaurant when Beyonce's poisoning Tyrese and she shows up as the waitress who's poisoning him and she's just standing there like that. It was very that. She was not breaking character for nothing or nobody. So we're like, okay, she's in her Gaga mode. It's everything. She's still giving us a moment. We both got our picture. She like comes up, she says thank you. She said something nice to both of us, whatever, but we got our pictures. Like, we got our pictures with Lady Gaga, right? Gaga disappeared. She vanished like Prince into the night. We get into the car and we're in the back seat just like, I can't believe we met Lady Gaga. Girl, I cannot believe we met Lady Gaga. Oh my God, we actually met Lady Gaga. So we're looking at the pictures and we're just like gooped and gagged completely. I wanted to do the Born This Way choreography in front of her so bad. Like, I just wanted to bust out and be like, listen, this is what I can give you because this is what you gave me. It was a Gaga moment. So we start looking at the pictures. The gag was, that was not Lady Gaga. Whatever woman was at that show was not Stephanie Germanata, aka Lady Gaga. It was not her. We were tricked, we were fooled, we were bamboozled. I don't know if she was an impersonator. I don't know if she was a drag queen. She wasn't a drag queen, I know that much. I've seen enough drag queens in my life to know a drag queen as Gaga, and this was not that. I don't know if she was doing it on purpose. I'm telling you, this woman looked, acted, sounded, behaved, moved like Lady Gaga. I mean, I would have given you all the money in my pocket that day. And I told you I was working for free, so it probably wasn't that much money. I would have bet that that was Lady Gaga. And I cannot find this picture with this woman for the life of me. And it kills me because I want you guys to see how similar this woman really looked. I mean, like I said, the receipt roll paper is out. There's no receipts, I'm sorry, but I had to tell this story anyway because it's probably my most gag-worthy Fashion Week story because the wool was pulled over my eyes. So we're looking at these pictures and we're like, is this really Gaga? Like, are we overhyping ourselves? So we start sending it to people. I remember just sending the picture and not saying anything to see if they'd be like, oh my God, like you met Gaga. And some people, well, mostly everybody did react that way. We were still a little on the fence though. Like, we weren't fully sure what just happened to us. I think it was like the next day or the day after that, Allie texts me and she's like, I want to post the pictures, but do we really know that this was Lady Gaga? In the age of social media and the internet, you can basically find out where any celebrity is or has been. So I'm like, let me just do a quick search. So I searched like Twitter, probably Instagram at the time. Come to find out, Lady Gaga was like in Europe doing like a film tour or something. She was not at New York Fashion Week. I forget where she was, but I do remember where she wasn't. She was not in New York City. She was not at Fashion Week. She was not at the Laurel DeWitt show. It was not Lady Gaga. We went through this whole ordeal to meet somebody who was not even who we thought it was. Has that ever happened to anybody else? Because I'm telling you, this is the most gag-worthy story that I have from Fashion Week. I've had, you know, run-ins with celebrities and met people in passing, which is cool, but nothing worth like a story time like this. Because I really wish I had the picture. It would just put everything into perspective for you guys. You're just gonna have to trust my word. I'm telling you, I searched for this picture everywhere. I searched in my iCloud, I searched in my iPad, I searched on my everything, and I could not find this picture. It kills me because, first of all, what did this woman think we were taking pictures with her for? I mean, she was dumb fly. She was everything. Her look was on point, the whole thing. I don't know if she was intentionally trying to give Gaga vibes. She had to be. I mean, she had to be. Even the height, the boots, the platform sky-high boots that Gaga's over, everything was just so on point. I can't imagine that she didn't know who people thought she was. I've never seen the woman ever again in my life. I don't know who she was. I mean, obviously I don't know who she was. I thought she was an international pop sensation. I'm really curious if this has ever happened to anybody else. Did you ever think that you met a celebrity and it ended up not being them? Did you see somebody who looked just like a celebrity and you had to figure out, like, was it them or not? I can't be the only one that this has happened to, but I might be the only one who actually got the nerve to take a picture and still try to convince myself that it was that celebrity. You know, the fact that it's Gaga. This is Lady Gaga we're talking about. It's not like it was like Bob Saget. Lady Gaga? Are you crazy? She's on like the list. Because I don't get starstruck very easily, like at all actually, but there are a handful of people whose presence would just like shift my whole energy, I feel like. Beyonce is obviously on that list. If I ever meet Beyonce, I will be able to keep it together. I'm a composed, sophisticated, polished queen. However, on the inside, just talking about it is getting me crazy. But Gaga's on that list just because Gaga she just has that energy, man. Like some celebrities are just different. Like they're on that level, like that type of Michael Jackson pass out kind of thing. And even 5 years ago, I feel like Gaga was still the one. Yeah, that was a disappointment to say the least, I suppose. So I think that explains why I'm not able to find the actual photo. I think I was just so upset that I didn't actually meet Lady Gaga, so I must have wiped the photo just from existence. It's upsetting. I thought I met Lady Gaga. Can you believe? At New York Fashion Week. So that's my story. I can't believe it's my story, but it's my story and it's my truth, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, but it's fine. I'm thinking about doing more of these storytime videos because, like, I've lived. I have lived. So, you know, I think these story times will be cute. It's a nice little addition to my channel. I'm gonna try to think of some other ones, but in the spirit of Paris Fashion Week and the couture shows and the whole... my hands, I just can't. In honor of the Fashion Week season and energy, that was my New York Fashion Week story time. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. There are plenty of other videos if you enjoyed sitting there and listening to me talk about nonsense. Check out my channel, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to everybody for your support and your feedback and your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for enjoying. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for loving. Until the next story, until the next video, until the next experience, until the next